Sorry, Lime, but that crap ain't gonna work. It's a goddamn 4-foot wide sidewalk. They need to come and get this crap. The riders might be on strike. Oh, come on, you're in my way. Oh, they can hold up to me. And they working. Oh, I ain't the riders. Someone's gonna get hurt. That thing wide open like that. That's Euclid Avenue, and this is Colquitt. Colquitt and Euclid. Right in front of a door. Yeah, interesting. Y'all feel like getting into a film lab? See what's going on? I keep seeing people saying he doesn't need a wheelchair. I'll tell you what, when I get a chance to go out to Bodak, out Stone Mountain, I'm going to ask them what I needed to get one because I hadn't gone through medical steps. I couldn't take the pain of walking. And I still can't. When you have no cartilage in your hips, try walking like that. And not to mention my back, but I keep hearing that BS. Seen it on their lips. What do you want from me? A note from my doctor? Talk to some doctors. Talk to a physical therapist. And find out what people are qualified to get one for. I don't have to prove anything to you or anybody else. But I had to have a script from a doctor to get one at Bodak and Stone Mountain. Y'all want your phone number? I can give it to you. No? And it costs you $300 to get a wheelchair from them. But I had to have a script before I could do that. So, I don't care what y'all think. Y'all can think whatever the hell you want. I don't care. I got a little visit I'm gonna make. Ha ha! People gonna get surprised. Where is everybody? I thought there was hundreds of people down here. Hawk. Couple of them. And a couple of helicopters. Yeah, see? More entertaining. I guess your anarchists aren't here today. Well, and I also understand Marxism.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you are about. Oh, don't worry about me, lady. I've been running these streets for years.
Sounds good.
But being an anarchist is,
Well, sir, anarchism is directly opposed to Marxism.
it's anti-civilized being.
You stay safe, sir.
Okay? I don't agree with your Antifa attitudes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
Right here on Lindbergh Drive, right near I-85, early this morning, police say that the Uber SUV was right here in the middle of the road when it was targeted and came under fire. Investigators say the 30-year-old passenger in that vehicle was shot multiple times and what detectives believe was a targeted shooting.
It sounded like about 40 shots.
A barrage of bullets, a startling wake-up call Tuesday morning for Maurice Sistrunk, who lives near the intersection of Lindbergh and Adena Drives in Buckhead. His bed sits about 20 yards from where a deadly shooting took place.
Bullets could have came through my bed right by the window. I said the bullets could have came through the window.
Atlanta police say the shooting started pre-dawn at about 4:30. When Atlanta police arrived, they found a black Cadillac Escalade on Lindbergh Drive shot up. Investigators say the SUV was being used as an Uber, and the passenger in the vehicle was shot multiple times, dying on scene. They say the driver is cooperating.
Right now, this appears to be a targeted incident.
Investigators say it appears there were multiple shooters. Witnesses told police there was another vehicle involved, but detectives haven't released an exact vehicle type or color. Shortly before the deadly shooting, there was another call about a mile away that some vehicles were damaged by gunfire near Lenox Road and Buford Highway. Police are working to figure out if the scenes are connected.
It's still very early on, and so we're trying to piece a lot of things together. So we're still waiting on the leasing office to see if there's any cameras here that we can verify exactly what happened.
For those who live near where this unfolded, they hope police can make an arrest.
So it's unfortunate. I feel sorry for the girl's family.
At this point, police have not made an arrest, and they have not publicly identified the woman who was killed. But I was able to make contact with a family member who told me, quote, that this is a big loss. If you know anything, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. We're live in Buckhead this afternoon. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Tyler, thanks for the latest from there. Still ahead on Fox 5 News at 4.
Against the right to protest, and not just the right to protest, but the ability to support those who have been criminalized for protesting.
Several residents we talked to who were reluctant to go on camera consider the suspects good neighbors and said they often distributed food to the homeless and needy.
I hope it's just a misunderstanding, and once it's all looked into more, they realize that it was just fine support for and legal support for First Amendment activists.
The suspects are being held at the DeKalb County Jail, where demonstrators plan to hold a protest there at the jail this afternoon at 6:30. That's the latest here in Atlanta. Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
All right, Deidre, thanks so much. Right now,
Stealing money.
Gwinnett County teacher is waiting to hear if a judge will let him be released on bond. Authorities accuse the educator of molesting a student at a Lawrenceville private school earlier this year. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert was the only reporter in the Gwinnett County courtroom for that bond hearing.
For nearly 3 months, Rakim Young has been held in jail without bond. Here at the Gwinnett County Courthouse today, his defense attorney asked a judge to let him go home. After more than a decade teaching in a classroom, 36-year-old Rakim Young is now in a courtroom for allegations of inappropriate conduct on the job.
The victim indicated that she had sent a text message to her mother on February 27th of 2023, asking her to pick her up from school because her teacher, Mr. Young, had touched her and made her touch him.
Investigators say Young was a teacher at a small private school in Lawrenceville when the alleged crime took place. Young has been in jail since he was arrested in early March on several charges, including child molestation. Wednesday, his attorney asked for a bond of $10,000 or less.
The Constitution says that when in doubt, we're supposed to err on the side of the defendant. And I think if the defendant meets the criteria for a bond, then I think he should be granted a bond.
Police say they believe Young was grooming the victim. The prosecutor asked for no bond and said Young is a risk to the community.
We believe that there is information that he, at a minimum, made inappropriate comments to other students at the school.
The victim's parents also want no bond. In a statement, they said, quote, his family sat in the courtroom today wanting him to be free to live his life because he's not a violent criminal. And what I wish they knew was his decision has caused our daughter to be a prisoner as well in a much deeper way. The prosecutor said Young wrote a letter of apology to the family, but his defense attorney says he never admitted to a crime.
Apology can mean a lot of things, and the state often takes that and runs with it and thinks that someone just assumes that they're apologizing for the crime.
During Wednesday's bond hearing, the judge delayed deciding whether Young will be released while she figures out what to do. A bond decision could come at any time. We'll, of course, keep you updated. In Gwinnett County, Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
And they're both expected to be okay. Atlanta police want to help Kia and Hyundai owners. The department will hold another steering lock giveaway for drivers affected by the ongoing Kia and Hyundai thefts. Drivers can pick up the free lock tomorrow at the Rest Ridge Shopping Center off Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in West Atlanta from noon to 3. If you own a Kia or Hyundai, you are encouraged to stop by.
Thing that could happen to the city right now.
Vaughn joined hundreds of others signing up to speak before the full council votes. Because of the crowds, there was increased security at City Hall all day. Most in-person services were being handled online, with city offices reopening tomorrow. Also, liquids, aerosols, and other items were not allowed past security. Some protesters, like Vaughn, saying they're against the project because they think nearby residents are against it.
That's a black and brown neighborhood, right? And having that many police in that neighborhood is going to make people scared and fearful to do anything.
Others
ridiculous.
There's a very, very high chance that there are unmarked graves in that property. There's a very good chance that we're going to have a backhoe that's going to go through somebody's ribcage.
And still others, like Sam Wright, claiming the
they don't have any clue of what's on that property.
Increase the level of police militarization, increase the level of police overall, and these are things that socialists generally don't favor or are in favor of.
Defund the police crew, same people.
We'll put our lives on the line. I will put my future on the line because I don't want no cop city in my city.
For more on the vote today and what's at stake,
how ridiculous.
Joe Ripley, who also has been at City Hall this afternoon.
A sea of protesters wanting a wave of change. Luciana lives in Atlanta.
I feel like every moment we come together again and again, the voice is more louder.
She and hundreds of others are hoping Atlanta City Council votes to delay city funding.
I can't believe that young lady down there supports domestic terrorism. Because that's what was going on when people were throwing Molotov cocktails at people. That is domestic terrorism. And that is just a plain no-no. Just because you aren't using a weapon doesn't mean it isn't meant to terrorize people. So, Antifa are domestic terrorists. All of you. Summertime in Atlanta. No more shelter, no more inside living for the homeless in Atlanta. It's all over by the church there, Washington Street, City Hall, State Capitol, and all that. Lost in space. They resurfaced the Cab Avenue, but as you notice, they still have the suicide lane. They're still up. Why? I thought they were supposed to get rid of it.